Welcome back to Frontier Bobs, an actual play RPG played in the acid western role-playing game Frontier Scum by Carl Druid.
Yeehaw! I'm Janette, and I'm playing Killdread Sprains, wanted dead for casual murder.
Howdy, I'm Alex, and I'll be playing Mr. Clem Cuddles III, wanted dead or alive for spectacular theft.
Hi, I'm Cristina, and I'm playing Mariposa Dela Cruz Rosales, also known as Smiley, and I got attempted grave robber to my name.
Yippee! I'm Dan, and I'm playing Archie Elseworth. I'm wanted dead for attempted picketing.
I'm Shaun, your game marshal. And if you like what you hear, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and check out our Patreon at www.patreon.com/thehouseofbob. Last time on Frontier Bobs, our posse of ill-reputed outlaws set out from Fort Gullet on their mission: deliver water to Red Top Oil Rig for Marshal Knapp, or else. They spent the day getting to know each other and scavenging for wildlife to eat before deciding to ride out the heat of the daytime sun under some cover. They do a little bit of scouting and then continue their journey beneath a starlit sky of a new moon. They come across an alarming scene: a gunfight in the dark. A woman is under fire, and as a number of hidden bandits shoot off their guns, the outlaws rush to the rescue. With some quick thinking from Clem and several crack shots from Archie, they have reduced the attackers to just two. One of them, using boulders in the dark as cover, and the other stands toe-to-toe in a deadly struggle with Mariposa. And bad news, cowpokes. It's the bad guys' turns.
No, so it's our turns.
Oh, you just had your turn. It's my
We're
turn
bad
now.
guys, though.
But we're bad guys.
Yeah, we're all bad guys here.
The worst.
I'm a bad guy.
You sound like a bad guy.
It's the turn of the guy with the shotgun.
Oh, okay.
This guy?
No, not the guy. Not that guy.
Not the shotgun leg, just a shotgun.
Oh, okay.
Just a
Just a
he's got a
normal
shotgun
shotgun.
in his hand.
Shotgun arm.
What a fucking loser.
Yeah.
I think Mariposa just attacked him with a knife or a sword or something. You have a saber,
Yeah, my
right?
sword. My saber.
You brought a knife to a gunfight?
I brought a sword to a gunfight, to be fair. It's a big knife.
Sure,
Yeah.
it was a big knife. However,
Shotgun's a big gun.
yeah. Big knife, big gun.
Well, I couldn't see in the dark too well.
Fortunately for your adversary, there is some torchlight around, so he's got a pretty good beat on you.
Oh.
Makes this a fairly regular shot. Because you're close with a melee weapon, there is a chance here that he could miss. So I'm going to need you to roll grit.
13.
13. Okay, well, I'm curious to hear you describe how you managed to avoid getting hit at point-blank range by a shotgun.
Use that big sword of yours.
Yeah, I cut it out of his hand. No, I think you said that there's a torch, right? I'm going to grab that and just throw it right into his face. Just in the general area enough to kind of get him to be like, and jerk his gun in the wrong direction.
Yeah, so it's enough to cause him to flinch, and the barrel fires off, and the scatter shot of the whatever it's called, the bullet part of the shotgun, it misses you.
The bullet.
Bullet.
It's a shotgun, so it's
It's
like
a slug,
pellets.
right? Oh yeah, it's a shotgun slug.
Sure.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it misses, and Mariposa lives to fight another round, perhaps.
Another 1 minute.
Another 6 seconds. Woo!
Off in the dark, Killdread Sprains is crawling along, attempting to take some shots at this bare-eared silhouette hiding behind some of these boulders in the dark.
God, I forgot that part.
And this figure is going to fire their gun as well. So I'm going to get Killdread to roll a luck.
4.
4. Okay. So this is a revolver, so it's D6. You are going to get hit here.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
That is 2 points of damage.
I'm dead.
But
Oh.
I'll draw your attention to another rule we haven't had trigger here yet, which is
The dying rule.
it actually has more to do with your hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo, lucky hat that I told you not to give away.
Oh.
Do you remember what your hat does?
Nope.
Once per combat, you can lose your hat to avoid taking damage.
Okay. I will lose my hat.
Okay. This bullet whizzes through the darkness, knocking Killdread Sprains' hat straight off his head, narrowly missing the soft, fleshy head underneath. And that makes it
It's a scully head.
That makes it your folks' turns. What kind of haircut does Killdread have under that hat?
It's thinning, slicked back, brown.
I assume it's a reverse mohawk right now.
Probably don't want to touch it.
Reverse mohawk.
Yes.
So when you say he's thinning, but it's slicked back, like, is it like
imagine
a
like
widow's peak or
the
like the
typical
round?
balding?
Right.
It's like Michael Scott's hair in the first season.
It's like I can picture it. I know the actor, but I don't know what his name is, so that's a problem.
But you can like kind of see the scalp through the hair.
Mr. Balding. Got
It's
it.
the guy from the Full Monty. There's this one. Do you guys remember the Full Monty?
I remember the Full Monty.
Yeah. So the movie The Full Monty guy.
I watch it every Friday.
Yeah.
That's
Alex
weird.
knows. So anyways, this guy in one other movie has hair that's slicked back, and he plays
All
like
right.
a bad dude,
But not in the full Monty.
but not in the Full Monty. So look up that guy.
Okay, I will.
All the listeners, you heard it here. Mandatory reference.
Yep.
All right, so it is the outlaws, the player outlaws' turns. Go in whatever order you want, but all of you get to do something.
There's 2 of these bandits left.
That's correct. If I remember correctly, Archie was like hidden up in some long grass, had just killed 2 men. Clem, you had fallen over trying to shoot someone with your shotgun leg next to the horse cart, which has the light on it. Mariposa's just up the hill from you, struggling in this deadly combat with a dude with a shotgun. And Killdread Sprains nowhere to be seen, out in the dark somewhere.
Wow. I guess I can see the one bandit then, the one that's just had the torch thrown in his face by Mariposa. So, and I'm near the cart. That's kind of where I tumbled over, was near the cart. So I'm going to like use the cart as cover, try to like sneak my head out around it and shoot my revolver because my shotgun leg appears to be too much gun for this cowpoke.
Fair enough. Okay, because Mariposa is so close to this guy, it is going to be a tough shot, so you're going to have to roll a slick.
16.
Ooh,
Wow.
that is a hit.
That's
Go
good.
ahead and roll D6.
3.
3 points of damage. Nice. He is still up. I don't think he took damage last time, so he's taken 3 points of damage, and we're looking at Mariposa, Archie, or Killdread. What do you do?
I'll probably go last. I'm not really in the mix right now, so either of you two.
Okay. So he's been shot. That's good. I'm gonna punch him in his gun wound.
Okay. That's a grit.
Okay. I got a 9.
Ooh, a 9 is not enough. That is a miss.
You
We're
got
in
an
a
ace.
horrible dance, him and I.
Ace.
I don't have an ace.
We do. It's the beginning
Oh,
of a
yeah.
new
New
session.
session. You do have aces.
Oh, new
Oh.
session, new ace. Then yes, please. 13.
Okay. 13 is a success. You may
Hooray.
do your damage.
What is a punch damage in a gun wound?
That's a good question. Unarmed is 1 plus half your grit.
1 plus half my grit is my grit is 0, so I do
So
1 damage.
1 point of damage.
I should get to 2 since I'm punching him in his wound, but I won't argue too much.
I will. This is bullshit, Shaun.
Thank you. I was hoping someone else would do it.
Alrighty. Archie or Killdread?
Killdread's just gonna fire back at where he saw the light spark from the other gun.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he hits this dude with his pocket pistol.
Okay. Rolling slick.
10. I'm gonna use my ace.
Okay.
That's a 4.
Archie.
Archie's not like super aware of what's happening out there because he's kind of in the deep brush. But he doesn't want to lose track of this guy he just murdered because he feels like he has some good stuff on him. So he like grabs him by his ankles and he like pulls him out into the clearing and then kind of has a look around to see what's happening.
Yeah, so you pull this body back a little ways. Maybe you get to drag it like 10 or so feet back when another barrage of gunfire rockets out from everywhere. And you look behind you. You see Mariposa struggling with this guy on top of the hill. You can hear gunshots from out in the dark, but you're not sure where or who is doing the shooting.
Okay.
Killdread's so far out there that you could be shooting out there, but accidentally targeting him.
Yeah. So I drop the body and I'll start running towards the hill where Mariposa's fighting for her life.
Okay. New round, so we roll initiative again, and you guys go first.
Yes.
Whoa.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to try to stab this guy.
All right, let's do it.
I punched him in the gut, and then with my other hand, I'm going to stab him with my saber. 13. Whoa.
13's a hit. Go ahead and do your damage.
2.
And please describe for me your murder.
My murder? It's self-defense, I think. So yeah, I'm gripping him from the wound. I got a big chunk of his, actual clothes. I'm pulling him close, and I just shove it right into his gut.
Ooh, nasty. He croaks out a gasp and gurgles a little bit of a swear. Curse you and your fucking soul. Got killed by a sword. And then falls back.
Yeah,
into the
I brought a
dust.
sword to a gunfight, bitch.
And one.
Killdread, you're probably the one with the best opportunity to hit this other bandit. What do?
I will try to shoot him again.
All right.
I don't know if I can get a little bit closer to
For
give
sure
me
you
some
can.
sort of.
You have a pretty good idea of where this person is. Yeah, the closer you are, the easier it will become. Think about it cinematically. If this was really a cowboy movie, what do you see Killdread doing in order to try and get the upper hand in this situation?
He would be crawling on the ground and then trying to crawl over to the next little piece of cover that he could get to.
Okay.
And I have no idea. There's cactuses or rocks scattered around, but he'd be just slowly trying to creep along.
For sure. Okay, so let's say Killdread is creeping along and gets up to this other boulder, and you're kind of feeling your way around it in the dark when you hear a couple feet away from you this figure moving, and he hasn't noticed you, or they haven't noticed you, and you can kind of make out a bit of their dark shape pointing a gun over the top of the rock towards where you had been. What do?
I shoot him.
Okay, make a grit.
Okay, 19.
19 is a hit. Do damage.
Yeah. 1.
All right, you're out of ammo.
Oh, great.
That's what happened to me, too.
Did it work?
He takes the damage, but this was your last shot on that current reload, and your gun click, click as you attempt to fire off additional shots. Do you still have any ammunition?
Do I have ammunition? No, Shaun.
Okay.
We were supposed to have ammunition.
When we started, you had your weapon and one extra slot of ammunition for it. So if you haven't used it before, then you should have it.
I haven't used it before.
Okay. So you're just about spending a turn to reload, if that is ultimately your goal.
Okay.
Archie and Clem, anything you want to do?
The cart, is there still horses attached to the cart?
Yeah, mules.
Okay. I mean,
And one
rude.
horse.
Rude to draw the line between them. He's majestic, even if he's a mule. I'm gonna run the cart kind of in the direction of the gunfire that I'm still hearing, and maybe I can spook up some fucking bandits and get them on the run rather than on the offensive.
Okay, so you jump up in the driver's seat and
Yeah.
you begin to, whip the reins.
That's my whip sound with the mule.
The mules make their muley sound and begin to head out into the brush, into this dark towards where you just heard gunshots coming from. Archie, anything?
Hopefully I was able to see the flash of the last shot by him. If that's the case, then I'll take a shot at him too.
Okay, that's going to be a slick, but I want you to roll 2 d20s and take the worst because Killdread is right there.
What if he doesn't care that he's going to get
Actually,
It's true.
roll a slick.
Okay.
Tell me what you get.
10.
Okay,
That would be a miss.
that is a miss. Your bullet goes wide, does not hit either.
I'm going to use an ace though.
Oh, okay.
20. Boom.
Was that a natural 20? 19?
It is a natural 20, so it's a 19 for me.
No, a natural 20 is something good. You can either get another ace or you can add a skill to your list.
We have a limit of skills though.
Yeah, 6 is your max, and when you would go over 6, you have to scratch one off.
Honestly, I have some ones that I could probably get rid of, so I don't mind adding another skill. I don't
Okay.
see Brick Climber coming in handy too often.
Not yet.
We're mostly outdoors, so would brick climbing work on rocks, or does it have to specifically be bricks?
I could see it helping you. You know, it's about how you describe it in the narrative that
Fair enough.
that
These
convinces
brick,
us, right?
like rocks, I scale at speed.
Maybe you just call rocks brick.
Maybe.
But also important is think about what kind of skill would you get from this situation.
Yeah. Well, if I nail him, I could have some sort of sharpshooter type skill, which would be handy.
Or like Night Eye or something like that.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I have
Owl
Owl Eye. Yeah, they call me Owl Eye. Yeah, I'll do something like that.
Okay.
Some sort of night vision thing.
All right, so put down, Eye of the Owl can be your skill, and then we'll say you can make out figures in the dark just a little bit better than the average man. And just because it's dark out there, so close together, I'm going to get you to roll a luck.
But you can see a little bit better than the average man in the
You
dark.
can see these figures struggling together, and he's shot off a shot, but who does it hit? Roll a luck.
I roll a 20 and I still have to roll a luck.
Yeah.
Bullshit. 6.
Okay, you hit the bad guy.
That must have been a really low entry.
Okay, so how much damage?
2 damage.
2 points of damage. Okay. It is now this fella's turn, and he has to make a morale check. Oh, he's going to stick around. He's not going to flee.
Even though he's scared of the horses coming his way, and my horse is neighing like mad because it's nighttime.
Yeah, he did not. He depends on how you look at it. He rolled under his morale, which means that he does not yet flee or surrender. So he's locked here in basically in melee with Killdread. So he's going to attempt to just hit you with the butt of his gun. I'm going to get you, Killdread, to roll a grit to avoid being hit.
7.
7. Okay, you're going to take 1 point of damage.
Okay, I'm at 0.
Okay, so you fall to the ground unconscious. Damage that doesn't bring you to 0 HP or below is represented by dizziness, bruises, near misses, flesh wounds, and the like. Each time your HP reaches 0 or below, roll a d20 and add your grit, and subtract any negative hit points from the roll. So because you're at 0 exactly, it's just d20 plus grit.
Okay. That's a 20.
Natural 20?
Yes.
That seems good.
Hey.
It does seem good.
Okay, you get a second wind.
Yeah.
Heal d4 hit points,
Wow.
Ooh.
and increase your max hit points by 1.
What?
Whoa! That's so cool.
That's... Yeah.
No, I want to die.
Yeah, shoot me.
Almost died.
Ooh, 4. So I heal by 4.
You have more hit points than me just from getting shot.
Yes. Turns out the best thing to do is complain about stuff.
That's all it takes.
Like always.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Just constantly complain.
Killdread is super dramatic about his death and then his recovery, but nobody's around to see because it's too dark.
Way too
Yeah, we
dark.
didn't even know any of this happened.
I'm looking. I'm looking right at you.
You can just see a shadowy figure come up and then get down and then come back up.
So yeah, this figure with the bear ears knocks Killdread to the ground and then will turn and sprint into the darkness, thinking probably that he has managed to knock his attacker out. That brings it back to your folks' turns. No, wait, it's new round. Let's see. He might get away. Nope, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Wow.
I fucking flee after him on the horse and
Okay.
mules and shit. He can escape.
Whipping the mules into a trot and then a gallop, they begin to rumble across this stretch of ground. The barrels in the cart behind you just bucking wildly. You begin to gain on this figure, and as the light from your lantern on the carriage begins to illuminate him, you see that he's wearing a bear pelt, like a hat and a cloak.
New outfit for me.
Since I took your coat.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's fleeing into the dark.
Or so he thinks.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna shoot this guy?
I'm going to run him down.
Oh, okay.
Like, run him down. Stomp on
Careful.
him with the
Don't
fucking
ruin the
horses
coat.
in the cart.
Don't
Okay.
ruin the
Do you
coat.
have
That's
any
fine.
skills that would help you with this?
Nope. Sure don't.
Okay. Roll a slick.
Or what about my horse? It's nighttime, so Blackjack Esquire is neighing like crazy, and this guy's so scared he's like tripping over his own feet because of the mad neighing of this mule.
Is that something that your mule has?
It has neighing at night. Yeah. That's on my character sheet. Neighing at night.
Neighs at night.
That's so weird.
Normally a horrible trait, but in this case.
That usually just gives you away, but in this case, roll a slick, and I'll adjust the difficulty.
Okay. 9.
Oh.
9 total?
Yeah. I want to use my ace.
Okay.
11.
Oh.
Okay. Describe for me how you run this man down with your mules.
Fuck yeah! So Blackjack Esquire, famous combination mule and lawyer, is like chasing this guy down. The cart like rattling like crazy behind this mule, and I don't remember the name of the other mule 2. And
Tequila Sunrise, thank you very much.
Sunrise, yes. Blackjack Esquire and Tequila Sunrise just like barreling forward with the cart rattling behind them. And the neighing from Blackjack, this guy is like fucking terrified and like turns around to see what's happening to try to gauge how far the mules and shit are behind him. And he stumbles over a rock and just does a somersault, and then that's the end of him. I don't know if you've ever seen a...
thunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stomp.
The mules run over him. The cart runs over him. One of the barrels of water like bounces off the back and crushes his skull.
Oh,
and,
dear.
Oh,
and then we do like a screeching stop and skid. And
Do you
Tokyo
drift?
Drift.
a little bit of a drift, yeah.
Do a 180 drift into a parking spot?
Yeah, and then Clem hops off and goes, "Yippee kayak, motherfucker!" and goes and takes his fucking jacket, which has like hoof imprints and
You crushed his head, so the
wheel
bear
marks
part
on
is
it. He
gone.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
He
There's
throws it on.
most definitely viscera on that.
Who
Yeah.
cares? It's a trophy.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's wash your trophy.
All right. At this point, the woman who is huddling behind her fallen horse stands up,
I hope this is what you wanted.
begins to stumble towards the mule cart, shouting like, "Help! Help!
Why does she need help?
You,
We killed them all.
You came out of nowhere. You saved me."
Yeah, we know.
So you can see that she is wearing riding pants and a all dirtied up white blouse that's got like red splashes on it. Her hair is like all completely messed up, dirt all over her face. She's got a revolver in a holster at her leg, but you can see that her bandolier that she's got strapped across her chest is completely empty of bullets.
Oh,
And she stumbles up to you and is like, "They've been chasing me for almost an hour."
Killdread will also come over towards the wagon.
you don't have to worry about it now.
"I can't thank you enough. It's quite literally a miracle that you came along when you did.
What you doing out here, cowpoke?
Yeah.
I was part of an expedition. Sorry, I should introduce myself. My name's Beatrice Castledown. I'm a sandologist."
You're a what?
Sorry?
A sandologist.
A sandologist?
Those are fancy
Okay.
words.
I was traveling with an expedition. We were going to do some surveying, trying to find undiscovered and remarkable desert life, and maybe even hopefully strike it rich with some oil. But we were ambushed. I don't know what's happened to the rest of my traveling companions.
Most likely dead.
Yeah, I put my hand on her shoulder and I'm like, they're probably dead.
You can see beneath the dirt on her face, she blanches a little bit and looks off into the darkness. It's like, "I suppose I'd have a hard time finding them in the dark anyways. Can I stay with you for a little while, at least until it gets light?"
I suppose.
Weren't we traveling at the nighttime though?
We were traveling at night.
So we're not staying around here.
You were trying to get to a
church.
yeah, you saw a chapel in the
Yes.
distance.
Yeah. Well,
All
we,
right.
we have a little bit of cleanup to do here. We got some bodies and we have to look over, see what they got. But
Oh, yeah, right. I was going to say, why do we have to clean up the bodies? Because they might have loot on them.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah,
uh,
okay.
I mean, I also need some rations for stabbing phantoms, so these bodies are going to provide for a while.
I would also like to find another hat if one of them is wearing a hat.
Do you want the bear hat?
Well, let's check and see what sort of condition
You know
it
what,
is.
that's kinda- yeah.
It's in because it just got ran over.
Yeah, you specifically said a water barrel crushed his skull.
So
That's typically where I keep my hat.
Not only is it ruined, it's also very wet.
So first thing we got to do is everybody rolls luck. If you get a 12 or better, you find a slot's worth of ammunition.
15.
No, I didn't find any.
Me neither.
16.
Is there any other weapons, though?
There are weapons. Yeah, there you find 3 revolvers, a shotgun, and a rat rifle.
Ooh.
A rat rifle.
Yeah,
I would like to take
a
the rifle as a hunter, because right now I have a pocket pistol, and that seems pretty tricky to be hunting with.
Did you say
Okay.
there were some revolvers?
Yeah, there are 3 revolvers.
I will take a revolver.
Okay.
I'll take one as well. Mariposa's just going to load up her repeater right away with those found
You have
ammunition.
a repeater? That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Jealous. Yeah.
But what about a hat?
I do still have a hat.
Rat rifle. Oh, rat rifles are garbage.
Yeah, but it sounds cool.
You picked
All
it.
right.
It does have the exploding die trait, so if you roll a 4, you roll again.
So does a revolver, though, and I could just take that.
Yeah, but you're more likely to get the exploding triggered on a D4 than a D6.
That's true. But there's also both available. Unless, did you take the other one, Alex?
No, I got 2 guns already. I got one on my leg. Well, for my leg.
Well, pocket pistol's like just as good as... Well, it's not quite as good as a revolver, but same damage.
Pocket pistol's concealable.
Yeah, I'm not discreet. I'll carry them all. I have all the guns.
Okay. So do keep in mind that you have so much space when you're adventuring around, so you can carry a certain number of things in your pockets. 10 pocket-sized things in your pockets, 3 belt-sized things on your belt, 3 bigger-sized things on your back, a heavy fur coat, a repeater rifle, a tent, all count as like on your back type stuff.
All right, on my back. Well, I used to have a jar of urine on my back, but now I have nothing. So
You have nothing.
the rat rifle is there now.
What about my fur coat?
Your horse also
Uh,
has 10 item slots.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. The urine was on my belt. That makes more sense. Yeah, I have your fur coat and my mangy fur on my back.
Killdread, you can roll luck to see if a spare hat survived.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of hat?
So, I mean, it's your choice. You can either have your hat back or you could take this bear pelt.
I will wear my hat.
All right.
You don't want the bear hat that
Oh,
this
no.
guy's skull got crushed inside of?
This one saved my life.
Well, good point.
See Archie just staring you down with pure jealousy in his eyes.
I mean, does Archie want the bear hat?
Archie loves hats. He just has not found a good one yet.
Oh, all right. I mean,
Archie doesn't have a hat?
Oh, I have a hat. It's just it's the one that's all like,
It's all ratty and terrible.
Oh, yeah, right.
yeah, I cut it with my Bowie knife to try to make it look cooler, and it looks like garbage.
okay. Well, I offer Archie the bear hat that this man's skull was crushed inside of.
I don't like to owe old people favors. And I pass you back your fur coat.
All right, we trade for it? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
You got 2 coats now.
I got 2 coats.
I love how everybody's just getting so many coats in the desert.
Well, do you know what I'm going to do then? Is I'm going to put the bloody bear coat. I'll put that on my mule.
There you go. Careful, though. Archie's horse might come over
Yeah,
and
Stab
eat
and
it.
Phantom is
Stab
eyeing
and
the fur coat now with pure jealousy in his eyes.
With pure hunger.
No, he's munching on a leg right now. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I had to really get to work with my Bowie knife on some of these folks.
Is this
Gross.
this woman totally cool with Archie's horse just
Eating human flesh.
eating humans?
I hope so.
She's incredibly disturbed.
I'm hoping she just couldn't see it happen. That was what I was going for.
Just hear it.
Maybe Stab and Phantom's out in the darkness eating one of these guys, I
As
guess.
Esquire continues to name Adley.
What's
Yep.
What's that chewing noise out in the dark?
Don't worry about it.
I'm so frightened, Archie.
I hurl a leg out into the bush so that Stab and Phantom can go find it.
Oh my God.
It's not my fault. I rolled for flesh eating horse.
It's not my fault I threw a leg into the bush.
I guess
Yeah.
it's my fault that I'm using human flesh, but it's all I have right now.
For confused listeners, please refer to the Patreon episode, Session 0, where we randomly generated all our characters.
Yeah, you wonder why we're so horrible. This time it's not our fault, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, get off our fucking backs, listeners.
I guess let's load up this cart again with that bloody barrel.
Okay.
Because we need all the water.
Yeah.
I just tell her, like, yeah, we're traveling the night. So if you're ready to hoof it, we're working our way towards that chapel over yonder. Since it's so dark and we can't actually know where it is, so I'm just kind of waving my arm in a general direction.
And she like very seriously like looks at you, and she's got this like distant look in her eye as she looks off to the side and looks back to maybe where she thinks she might have come from, looks up at the stars, and just with a sigh of resignation, she's like, I guess you're my best chance. And she climbs into the cart.
I mean, I just shrug at her. I'm like, that's up to you, man. Don't sigh with resignation. We don't have to help you.
I'm grateful for the assistance. I regret leaving my friends. Hopefully they're all right.
What are you, like, friends just a few meters away or what?
No, it feels like I've been chased for an hour. I've been running through the dark. They just had shot my horse out from under me before you came around the corner. Without the sun, I have no idea where I am.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask. I'm like, maybe since you're a sandologist, you know which way you were running by the stars? I don't know.
I feel like I'd have a better chance if I could see some landmarks, but it's just too dark.
Any other namby-pambies like you are out there dead.
I can see you're a learned person. Yes. I guess once everybody's picked up all the flesh they need, we can start heading towards that chapel again, or where we
there
think
wasn't
it
like
is.
any silver on them or anything.
Oh yeah, there was some of that.
Was there rations or anything? Or
Yeah, rations would be sweet.
be super sweet.
You could have made them be rations before when you were describing what was there.
You see Archie, he's like tucking feathers into his bear hat now, trying to jazz it up a little.
Each of you can roll me a D66. One die is the tens digit, and one die is the ones digit.
25.
25. Alex will get you to roll me a D4.
3.
Okay, you find a little bottle. It's like a dark glass with a little stopper in it. On the sticker on it, pasted on with, glue or whatever, piece of paper onto the side of it, it says, Dr. Jacobson's Healthful Bitters.
Okay, cool.
There's a little illustration of a guy with like a big bushy mustache and a bald head, round little spectacles perched on top of his nose. He looks quite professional and well put together.
They don't put a photo like that on a bottle unless it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Killdread, would you roll?
24.
24. You find a very nice, almost new horse brush.
Whoa.
What? Horse brush. All right, I'll take it.
You should probably give it to me. You don't have a horse.
Yes, I do.
You guys have mules.
Archie, what'd you roll?
They have thicker fur.
I got a 54.
A 54. Ooh. Okay, you find a nice big hunting knife.
What?
I already have one of these.
It's got like an elk antler handle on it, and you can see a little symbol inscribed into the pommel of the knife. It kind of looks like a human eye shape, like the symbol you might draw for it, but it has no pupil in it. Instead, it has these 2 slashes through it.
What on earth?
Well, that's creepy.
What does that mean?
Cristina, what'd you roll?
42.
42. You find a bar of soap. It looks like it's never been used.
That's fancy.
Worth its weight in gold.
We can clean our horses together.
That's true, actually. We might need it after this fight, to be honest.
Alrighty. So we're heading out?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're heading on.
You load everybody back up. You've accumulated the wealth of these bandits, and you begin to head back out onto the path, navigating as best you can in the dark. Who's got the sort of like the best sense of direction here that I can make roll something?
Somebody's got freaking elf night vision now, so
That's true.
all our allies should be the one.
What do my elven eyes see?
Roll me a wits as you try to navigate us through the dark.
Oh, I'm not good at wits, you guys. Anyone got wits?
You could rely on your luck instead, but failure might be a little worse.
My luck is even worse.
All right, then you probably want to roll wits.
Can I add my +1 for eye of the owl?
That actually gives you advantage.
Oh, okay then. 7. The other one was a 1, so be happy with what you got. Yeah.
You travel for a ways. You're pretty sure that you're on the right path, but it takes you longer than anticipated. And by the time the sun rises, you find that you are still a little ways off. It'll be probably another half day of travel to get to the chapel.
Ah, hell. I'm sorry, guys.
At this point, everybody should mark off a ration.
Okie dokie.
Son of a bitch.
And if we have no rations?
Beg, barter, steal. And if you took damage,
Yes.
after scuffle, you can heal D4 hit points for each smoke, drink, or nap you take.
Ooh.
And if you rest for a full kind of like overnight, you roll 2 hit points for each that you get sleep, food, or entertainment.
Our hitchhiker here,
Mm-hmm.
the Sandmeister.
Yeah, my name's Beatrice Castledown.
Okay, Beatrice Castledown. Fuck.
Beatrice.
With a name like that, I have to assume she is a well-prepared adventurer.
Well, certainly, but I only had what was in my saddlebags at the time.
And she didn't bring her saddlebags, even though her horse was right
I brought
there?
my saddlebags, but I mean, I was chased off from my convoy.
How did those bandits not have any ration?
They must have also been raiding from a place where they had somewhere to go back to.
Well, I was just gonna say, maybe towards the end of the night, Beatrice, fucking
Sandologist.
Sandmaster,
Ologist.
yeah,
It's a scientific
Sandologist.
pursuit.
Yeah, I don't know. She just looks sleepy enough that I might be able to like steal a ration out of her pocket without her noticing.
Oh, okay. So once everybody beds down, we get you to roll some stealth or something like that.
Yeah, and I have pickpocketing, so
Oh,
All right, Clem. I made a deal with you.
okay. Well, you know what? While Archie is out finding food for me,
yeah.
I'm gonna pickpocket this guest of ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like just after dawn. Everybody's taking a rest right now, is what I'm getting the sense of.
Yep.
Okay. What's Killdread going to be up to?
Killdread maybe will scavenge a little bit. I had 1 ration.
Okay.
I can't tell you if I used it last time or not, but now I put it to 0.
Okay.
So,
I think I gave you 2 rations, so you didn't use it.
But yeah, you would eat it now. So
Yeah. So I will go and kind of just scout around a little bit using my lookout skills.
Okay. And what's Mariposa going to be up to?
Yeah, so she's going to. How many cigarettes are in a pack? This shows how much I never smoked before.
20.
Whoa, that's
in the
so many
Wild West too?
cigarettes.
Yes.
Sure. 20 sounds good.
Well, anyways, I light up and I offer Beatrice one. And I'm going to just give her a chat while she's being robbed. I don't know about that part of it, but...
She's appreciative, and maybe the two of you like walk over to a ridge to have a lookout while you enjoy your tobacco. So for our foragers, if you are trying to find food, you're going to check wits.
Can I use any of my skills?
Yeah, if you have an applicable skill, you can get advantage.
I'm going to use Quiet Step.
Okay.
14.
And what's your luck bonus?
-2.
Okay, you find a small deer.
Ooh.
Okay. Deer would be mighty tasty.
And we could roleplay this all the time, but let's just say you successfully hunt it.
I shoot it in the head.
Bam! The poor creature. That's worth 5 rations.
Heck yeah. I walk back into camp with it straddled over my shoulders.
And Killdread, let's do a wits for you as well.
So you're saying I can get advantage, as in roll twice?
If you have something that's relevant, and you can choose to be hunting for food or foraging for water. If there was more water around, you could also choose to fish, and they kind of all give you different results, essentially.
Is lookout a good applicable skill?
Sure.
16.
Ooh, okay. And are you looking for food or water?
Food.
Food, okay. And your luck...
You don't need water. Come on.
I'm just checking. And your luck?
Oh, -3.
You also find a deer.
Yes.
That's worth 5 rations.
It's its sister. Okay.
How's everybody doing for water?
We have barrels of
full.
water.
We're good.
Yeah.
I am not afraid to skim off the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, sure.
let's talk about that then. If you're willing to skim some of this water off the top, what's your strategy there? Are you using the same barrel every time? Or are you?
We
Yes,
replace
and
it
then
with vodka.
We pee in it.
You pee in the
Pee in
barrel?
it. It's still water, so it's
They're
all
not
good.
gonna-
It's sterile. That's what they always tell us.
So are you going to go back? You're going to pee in it, and then you're going to go back to that barrel for your water tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's never going to run out.
That's how they can prove it's still good.
That's right. And we slowly gain a resistance to pee. So
Yes.
by
Yeah.
the time it's all, well, yeah, it's like
It's not poison.
exactly.
It's
Well,
sterile.
other
like
people's
poison.
Good.
Other people's pee might be poison.
That's why you got to work up a resistance to it.
So we should each have our own barrel that we pee in.
Yep.
That's what you're
I
saying.
did some scientific research this weekend and watched Back to Future 3. And there's a scene where Marty gets water from his dad or great-great-grandpappy Seamus, who passes him water, and it's like really gross and dark. So I imagine that's all Western water, right? So there's no way you could tell. It's all gross.
It's all gross.
all gross.
When you crack this barrel open, you find that, in fact, it is quite clean or quite clear.
Shit.
So they might know.
Yeah,
They've done a good job of purifying or filtering the water anyways before they load it into the barrel. So, it's delicious. It's
Of
a little,
de-pissing it.
It's lukewarm or even warm because it's been out in the sun in these barrels.
How about we say that I heard this word the other day, evaporation. I think that's how you say it.
Oh, yes.
We could drink some water and just say some of it evaporated.
I've heard about this actually at school. It's when fairies drink the water.
Yeah,
When
that's
it gets
the
too
one.
hot. And it's pretty hot.
I heard it was a donation to the sun god.
Well, that's where the fairies take it to.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That does sound like science.
That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Why don't we ever see the fairies?
That's a good question.
Maybe they only come on the cover of a dark.
That's true. Fairies are notoriously secretive creatures.
Maybe we should keep a watch for them, I think. Next time, instead of watching out for us, let's watch out for some fairies.
Clem, as you are rooting through Beatrice's saddlebags, we'll get your roll a slick.
Not a luck?
Nope, it's a slick. This is your deception, thievery type stat. And you have pickpocketing, so you can roll with advantage.
Oh, thank fucking God for that.
Mhm.
Because I rolled a 5. So natural 20.
Oh my God.
Nice. All right. So are you taking an ace or are you taking a skill?
I'm going to take a skill.
Okay. You're already got pickpocket.
Yep.
So in this situation where, you're watching out to make sure that she's not turning around from her cigarette, you're rooting around in her saddlebags, what kind of skill are you learning here?
See, I was going to think that because what I'm finding is some food, right? Because I have barely any food.
Okay.
I have no food. I have no rations.
Yeah.
And so what I figured is maybe I'm a light eater. And so I don't need that many rations to get by.
Oh.
Half rations.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds good. Light eater.
I have a small
Put
appetite.
down weak stomach. Yeah.
Weak stomach.
IBS.
slow metabolism.
You have a weak constitution.
And you find a can of beans. Roll a d10.
Whoa, a can of beans.
Fuck yeah. This is beans. 4.
4. Okay. These are Stubbs head, beans, and brine.
Those are salty.
Well, I'll save that for later.
As I stroll back into camp, I'm like, Clem, I got us a rat. And then he just stares at you as you're eating your can of beans.
No, I'm not eating the can of beans. I'm saving that for later. That's canned.
Oh, okay.
That goes in my pack.
All
I'm
right.
absolute. You said you'd get me rations for the whole
Yep.
trip. So
Good. Yep. So I get to business.
I do kind of like the idea of him maybe seeing you, though.
okay. I mean, we're outlaws.
Maybe, Dan, you got to roll a wits there, see if you notice. Interparty conflict.
10.
A 10. All right. No, not good enough.
Okay. No, I'm still cool with Clem.
Mariposa, as you're standing talking with Beatrice and enjoying your smooth, cool cigarette.
Yes, my healthy dose of cigarette for the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps the doctor away.
Do you have anything in particular that you're talking to Beatrice about? Or
I think I want to find out more about her and her lost friends. Where did she come from? I know she said they were here to do some oil digging? How's that going?
Yeah, we'd come from the coast, and we had, there's 12 of us all working together. We'd been hired onto this contract, try and find some oil, but we also had some support and some tools granted to us to help us catalog wildlife out here. I was hoping to, discover new and strange forms of sand, but I'm also, fairly familiar with geological formations that relate to oil, so that really was my bread and butter. We'd set out from Fort Gullet just a few days ago, but, slow going, big group, and as the sun went down last night, they came out of nowhere. They came over the hill, shooting and firing. I know for sure a couple of our men were shot down. We were fighting back, and I was able to get to my horse, and it bolted, started running, and a few of them pursued after me. Where are you all headed?
We're just on a little important mission to help out some people out on the oil rig. You know how it is.
Oh, I see. Delivering supplies.
Yeah, supplies.
That's important work.
It is.
Dangerous and remote out there.
It's like morning, right?
Yeah.
Daybreak?
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, as I'm talking to her, looking around, I'm trying to see if she's like maybe recognizing any formations she might, like where she might have come from, basically.
Sure. So as you and her are both surveying the horizon, I'll get you to roll a wits.
17.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So yeah, she's looking about and she's like, oh yeah, you know what? I remember that hill crest over there. We did see the bell tower on that abbey from where we were traveling. So I think I could probably find our way back to where we were ambushed. Yeah, and there's that labyrinth of riverbeds over there, that canyon. Yeah, I think I have a pretty decent idea where we are. You said you're headed to this chapel?
That's right.
And as you look out, you're kind of doing your own kind of survey. Off to the west of you, south of the chapel, maybe, up on the crest of another ridge, off to the west, you see this glint of sunlight reflecting off of something and maybe a little wisp of smoke.
Uh-oh.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for listening to The House of Bob. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and by following us on your social media platforms. We're at The House of Bob pretty much everywhere. Come on down and chat with us on the Discord. We've got a bunch of other people there. We're all talking about RPGs and all sorts of garbage there. We'd love to have you. Most of all,
Definitely garbage.
It's so much garbage. And most of all, if you want to support us on Patreon, that makes a huge, huge difference. It allows us to host the show, pay for all of our server costs and all that stuff. You can help us out by supporting us there at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. All the links are in the show notes. And the show is possible due to all of our patrons who do get one-shots, commentary, and other cool stuff from the Patreon. Love it if you helped us out. Art for this campaign is by Shaun Makes. Audio production is by Astronomic Audio. And music is by Duke Albert, John Julius, and Mike Hammock. Thanks again for listening, and roll on. Pew, pew,
Pew.
Yay.
Yeah.
That was my bullet ricocheting off something.
Yo.
Of course,
Check.
I mean, yeehaw.
Me out tonight. I don't want to lose this sound check. Something.
Whoa,
Beautiful.
whoa.
You should do parodies.
I think something's wrong with this game and my dice.
Yeah, you've been rolling really horribly.
Yeah.
Me too, though.
That's
This
not
is
good.
carried on from last
Are
session.
you rolling your really heavy dice?
I'm literally just switching dice.
Yeah, okay.
Because every single one of them keeps fucking me over. I just rolled a 10. So this one, I'll keep this one.
You'll keep
Anyways.
that one.
Keep rolling.
10's as good as it gets here.
Mike's going to love the scientificness of this, of the dice mechanics this session.
It's about luck sometimes, you know?
So sorry, it's 10 on the belt, 10 on the back?
10 on the belt, 10 in the pockets,
Yeah.
3 in the belt,
3 in the belt.
3 in the back.
Just like on the sheet.
Mhm.
Right. That makes sense.
Oh.